Hello students, today our topic is Office Tools, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some basic concept related to Office Tools. In our previous lecture we already discussed some question answer related to Office Tools, and in this lecture we are continuing this discussion, and we will discuss some question answer which are very important as far as your term one examination is concerned. So let's start. First of all, what is a word processor? Give some example. So a word processor is a software. Word processor is a software which provides a general set of tools which provides a general set of tools for entering, for editing, and formatting text that permit operations to perform for more rapidly and more efficiently. An example of word processor are WordStar, MS Word, OpenOffice, and OpenOffice.org writer. These are some example of word processor. So in short, first of all, three main things are there. Word processor is a software. Second thing, it is a tool for entering, editing, and formatting text. And third and the most important thing is that by using word processor, we use our work more rapidly and more efficiently. And some example of word processor: WordStar, MS Word is most common word processor. OpenOffice org.writer. So these are the some word processor. Okay. Now, what do you mean by the term word wrapping? Second question is word wrapping. Okay. Wait a minute. The placement of text going past the right margin to the next line is called the word wrap. Placement of the text going past the right margin to the next line is called the word wrap. And this is one of the feature which is there in nearly all word processor, and it is by default on. So our question is, what is or what do you mean by what do you mean by word wrapping? So placement of text going past the right margin to the next line. Going past the right margin to the next line is called the word wrap. I think it is clear to all of you. So all these two are the most important words that are mostly used in terms of any word processing tools. So word processor and word wrap. Next, our question is, while entering text with writer, which keys mark the end of a paragraph? While entering the text with writer, especially where in this question we are just talking about the OpenOffice writer, that is a word processor. So question is asked as, while entering text with writer, which keys marks at the end of the paragraph? So the enter key mark at the end of the paragraph, and the paragraph mark is shown in the extreme right of the line. Okay, extreme right to the line. So to end of the paragraph, we use just press enter key. By using the enter key, you can end your paragraph in writer. Our next question is, what are the non-printing characters and how will we able to see them in writer? Here we just talk about the software writer. Okay. So the character which do not appear on the paper when we print a document are known as non-printing character. As the name says, non-printing character. The character which are not printed when we just give a print command is called the non-printing characters, and these are spacebar, enter key, tab key. These are the three main characters that are not printed, and we will be able to see them through the show hide button. Show hide button. Okay. So we will be able to see the show hide button available on the standard toolbar. So you can see them on the standard toolbar, and the shortcut key in the writer for the same is Control plus F10 to see the non-printing characters. Okay, to see the non-printing characters. Let us take another question. What are the margins? What are the margins in word processing terminology, and how many different types of margins are available? How many different types of margins are available? So the distance from the text to the paper edge is called the margin. This is an important question and may be asked in an examination. That distance from the text to the paper edge is called the margin. Okay. And paper also some portion called the top, bottom, left, right is the blanks. So the question is asked as to what are the margins in word processing terminology and how many different types of margins are available. So here we have to not only to discuss about the margin, but also question is asked about the type of the margins. So as far as the margin is concerned, the distance from the text to the paper edge is called the margin. Okay, and there are different types of margin. These are top, bottom, left, and right. So these are the different types of margins. So there are basically we can say that 4 types of margins, and these are top margin, bottom margin, left margin, and right margin. Our next question is define indentation. So what is indentation? The distance between the, I think now the question related to margin is clear to all of you. So now our next question is define indentation. This is also a very important question, and let us see. The distance between the page margin and the text boundary. The distance between the page margin and the text boundary is called the indent. Okay, is called the indent. And the process of providing it is called the indentation. So two words are here. What is the indent and what is the indentation? Process of indent is called the indentation. What is indent? The distance between the page margin and the text boundary of page margin and the text boundaries is called the indent. Okay. Our next question is what is mean by text alignment and how many text alignment are there? Especially sometimes question are asked related to justify alignment. So here question is simply asked what is meant by text alignment. Okay. So text elements refer to the text layout within a paragraph with respect to document margin. With respect to document margin. For example, left, right, center, and justify. Left, right, center, and justify. And question is asked related to justify. What is the meaning by justify alignment? So equal amount of space is left on both of the side, on as left as well as on right hand side is called the justified alignment. Okay. So these are the 4 types of alignment. In center, text is written in the center. In left alignment, text is written on the left hand side, and in right alignment, text is written on the right hand side. So these are the different text alignments. So we can align a text in any word processor such as the Microsoft Word. So in which different types of alignments are there? These are left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, and justified alignment. So our next question is, what do you understand by the term clipboard? Very important question. What do you mean understand by the term clipboard? So the clipboard is that temporary storage. First of all, it is a temporary storage. Okay. So it is the clipboard is a temporary storage area which is used for keeping the cut copy text graphic, and this cut copy text graphics can be used for copying, pasting it elsewhere. So as we know that the shortcut of the copy is Control C, and shortcut for cut is Control X. These are the 2 different operations, and when we want to paste it in anywhere in a document or in another document, the shortcut is Control V. So sometimes what happens that we basically select the area using select area or select a portion of a document. Okay, using select command or using basically Control A command. So we can select a particular area. After that, we want to make a Control C operation. It means we can just make a copy of it, and if you want to paste it anywhere in the Word document, and even you close that document, you are able to paste it anywhere in another document. Okay, means where you just select the data or perform the copy operation. Now you are able to paste it anywhere in other document or in the same document also. If that document is also not open, you are basically paste it in anywhere in another document, then it is also possible. It is possible because of the memory, because of a memory that is called the clipboard, and that is a temporary memory. It basically provides you some space when you just perform a cut or copy operation. So that data goes to that clipboard, and now you are able to uh, now you are able to perform cut, and now you are able to perform paste operation on any Word document. So first of all, clipboard is a memory. Second, it is a temporary memory. And third, basically when we perform cut or copied operation, then that data save into, or that data goes into clipboard. So these are the some points related to clipboard. Next is, what is the difference between copying and moving a block of text? There are two operations, copying and moving. So moving block means removing or cutting a block of text from one location and inserting it at another location. That is a move operation. Means you move from one place to another place. In similar manner, in Word, when you move from one place to another place, then it simply means that that data goes from one place to another place. Okay, so that is a moving block operations. And second is copying. So copying text means making a copy, inserting a copy of block at another location. That means that uh, now you have data at two different places, not only at a single place, as in the case of moving data, but you have a data at two different places. Okay, and leaving the original unchanged. In that case, original data is unchanged. And moving means changing the location. Copying means replicating the text. So in simple words, we can say that moving means changing the data location. We just change the data from one location to another. While copying means we just replicate, or means we make a duplicate copy of it. Okay, of the text. So that is the difference between copying and moving of a block of text. Our next question is, what is meant by formatting a document? So the general arrangement of the text is called the formatting. The general arrangement of the text is called the formatting. And formatting provides document a neat and more legible outlook, and it makes a document presentable. So the general arrangement of the text is called the formatting, and the formatting provides document a neat and more legible outlook. Okay, so in simple words, we can say in a single line that it makes a document presentable. That is the main purpose of formatting. Next question, which is very important. What do you mean by spell check of a document in a word processor, and how is it actually done? So spell check means applying the spell check feature of the word processor in a document. It helps in producing error-free document. Spell check in a word processor is actually done with the help of available dictionary. So what happens most of the time, that in a word processor we write a letter, suppose, and there are some spelling mistakes. Then Microsoft Word or other also softwares are suggest the correct spelling. Okay, and even if you duplicate a word continuously 2 times or more than 2 times, it also indicate them. So indicate that. So the spell checker option basically check the spelling throughout your word document, and not only it find out the wrong spelling, but it also suggests the correct spelling of that word. So using spell check word, you are able to see the wrong spellings of the different words, and you are able to correct them also. So that is the purpose of the spell check function, spell check in word processor. And uh, this is done by with the help of available dictionary, and you are also able to add some word if you want in that dictionary. So next time when they face some types of word which are not in in their dictionary, they suggest they take it as it is, as you give to it. Next is, what do you mean by previewing a document? What do you mean by previewing a document? So page preview means previewing a document prior to being printed. Okay, page preview means previewing a document prior to be printed. That is viewing to see how the document will actually look when printing. So when your document is prepared, you want to make a hard copy of it, then you just don't just try to give the hard copy of it. Don't give just a print command. And first of all, take a print preview. Print preview basically tells you that how the actual hard copy look likes. Okay, so for that purpose there is a special function named print preview. So go to the print preview option. That will tell you the preview of the print, whatever you get after the print operation. So that is also called a previewing of a document. So the question is, what do you mean by previewing a document? So page preview means previewing a document prior to being printed, and that is viewing to see how the document will actually look when printed. Next is, how are tables of writer useful? So we make the table in a writer and other word processor also. The table organize information in rows and columns, and the way rows and columns are intersect, they make a cell. So a table represent related numbers, information, or facts in an organized way. Tables can also be used to define list definitions, organize data and ideas, or record facts. The next question is, when do you think use the bulleted list or numbered list is more appropriate in a writer document? So the use of the bulleted list is an effective way to outline or list item of internet in a writer document. We should use bulleted list when the order of the item is unimportant, such as the list of the computer system requirement. We should use the numbered list when the order of the item is meaningful, such as a list of the step in a process. So the question is, what do you think the use of bulleted list and or numbered list in a more appropriate in a writer document? So there are two types of lists. First of all, these are bulleted list and the numbered list. When items are less, and then in that case we use bulleted list that basically show the number of which show the important items, okay, such as the computer parts. And when we want to indicate list of different items, and items are basically in a huge number, then we make a numbered list, such as the name of the students. Okay, so there are two types of lists, bulleted list and numbered list. And different types of bullets are there, and different types of numbering are also there. Numbering are not only in the in integers like 1 2 3 4, but they may be in the forms of letters such as ABCD, whether it is in capital letter or both in capital letter or in small letter, both are acceptable in that case. And also in Roman, capital as well as small. And different types of bullets is also there, such type circle, uh, square. Okay, so different types of bullets are also there that represent the data in a form of a list. So these are the questions related to your word processor. Now I think you are able to understand all the basic concept of the word processor. So just learn the definitions. Okay. Now these are the some word shortcut keys which are here, and if you want to use these shortcut keys in Microsoft Word, you are able to do your work in a very short interval of time. In these keys, when we just write plus sign, that means the combination. So for example, if we want to enter the data and in such a way then all letters are in capital letters, then we use the key control plus shift plus a. It means that control shift a simultaneously. We press these three keys simultaneously, and we are able to uh, give the data in capital letters, and all letters are in capital. Then apply bullet list, apply list bullet. For that shortcut is control plus shift plus L. First of all, if you want to select the data in capital letters, then first of all, if you want to make the data in capital letters, first of all select the data. Or for select the data, there is a command control plus A. First of all, selection is there. After that, you can make all letters in capital letters. So command is control plus shift plus A. And for apply bullet list, there is a command control plus shift plus L. And for auto format, control plus alt plus K. These three key, if you press simultaneously, then your auto format option is enabled. Next is auto text. There is a shortcut key for that, and this is a function key F3. That is a auto text. Next is bold. If you want to make your data bold, first of all select the data, and then after press the key control plus B. And if you want to cancel the data, then for that purpose escape key, ESC key is there. If you want to make your paragraph center aligned, then for that purpose there is a key control plus E. For center alignment, control plus E. And if you want to change case, then for that purpose shift plus F3. Press these two keys simultaneously, and you are able to change your case. And if you want to clear your data, then for that purpose press delete key just after the selection. Press delete, and you are able to delete the entire data. Then close or exist. If you want to close the data and if you want to exit the word processor, then Microsoft Word, then for that purpose there is a key alt plus F4. And for copy, control plus C. For copy operation, there is a key control plus C. And for create auto text, alt plus F3. If you want to make a cut operation, then control plus X. And if you want to perform double underline, then for that purpose control plus shift plus D. Control plus shift plus D means double underline. And next is find. If you want to find something or find a word in a document, and there is a shortcut control plus F. Okay, and there is a option available find, in which you can type a word, and you can find that word in your entire document. And there is another option that are available find, and that is replace. If you want to replace that word with some other text, then you are also able to replace that word. Okay, so for find, that is a control F. So find and replace, basically both are appears at the same time when you just press control plus F. And then help. If you want to find if you have some problem in certain options, and you want some help, then there is a shortcut for that, and the shortcut is F1. So press F1 key. Next is hyperlink. For hyperlink, there is option control plus K. So using control plus K option, you are able to create hyperlink. Next is indent. For indent, there is a shortcut control plus M. If you want to convert your data in italic, then control plus I. But before applying this, just select the entire data using control A. Then you are able to convert it in italic font. Next is justify paragraph. So if you want to apply the justify alignment, then there is a shortcut for that, and the shortcut is control plus J. So control plus J is the shortcut for justify alignment. And next is merge field. So if you want to merge different fields, then shortcut for that is alt plus shift plus F. And if you want to open new document, for that purpose there is a shortcut name control plus N. And if you want to open a document, then for that purpose there is a shortcut control plus O. And to make outline there is a shortcut alt plus control plus O. And if you want to overtype, then for that purpose insert. Okay, for page alt plus control plus P, and for page break control plus return. If you want to break a page, then for that purpose control plus return key. Then next for paste control plus V, and with paste there is another option that is available, paste format. Okay, so paste format shortcut is control plus shift plus V. Now for print there is a control plus P. For print shortcut key is control plus P, and for print preview shortcut key is control plus F2. So before going to print, we most of the time just press control plus F2 key to see the preview of that page. After that we make a printout of that soft copy. So control plus P is the shortcut for print, and control plus F2 is the shortcut for print preview. Next is redo. So redo shortcut for redo is alt plus shift plus backspace. Alt plus shift plus backspace, and that is the shortcut key for redo. And for redo or repeat there is a and the shortcut control plus Y. Most of the time control plus Y is written in most of the books. So if an examination, if you want if it is asked that what is the shortcut key for redo, just write control plus Y and then save. Okay, for save there is a key control plus S save. And there is another question which is asked so many number of time in examination, that what is the difference between save and save as command. Basically both are the same, both are used to save our document. When we just make a new document and just save it using control plus S command, or just go to the save option, you are also able to save your document. Okay, but the basic difference between the save and the save as is that when you create a new document you just save it, and when you want to make a new copy or fresh copy of it, then just perform the save as option. So it will basically create a duplicate of it using and name of the save as is different as the name of when a name of the save when you just apply the save operation. So that is a basic difference between save and save as. So when we want to make a different name for a same copy of the text, then we just perform save as, and generally we apply save operation to perform the to save our task in a Word document. Next is select all. So select all is already discussed. For select all there is a key named control plus A, and if you want to change all letters in small caps there is a key control plus shift plus K. And for style control plus shift plus S. Now two more important keys are there, subscript and superscript. If you want to change your data in subscript, then select the data and press control plus equal, and if you want to make it in subscript, then just write control plus shift plus equal. So these keys are also very important and used most of the times when you just write a mathematical formula such as 10 to the power 2, or write a chemical formula such as S2 plus O2 is equal to S2. So in that case subscript and superscript are used. And then take pan for that control plus F1, and time field, if you want to apply the time field, then alt plus shift plus T. For underline control plus U, and if you want to undo your data, then control Z. That is very important. Undo and redo, control Y plus for redo, and control Z plus for undo. And for update field F9 key is there, and if you want to count a word, then word count list shortcut is control plus shift plus G. So these are the keys related to Microsoft Word. So thanks for watching this video.